This is Heartrepreneur Radio, maximizing your personal and business results by leading with your heart. With your host, Terri Levine. Listen every week as Terri tackles the topics that will help you become a successful heart-centered entrepreneur. Be sure to read the blog posts at www.heartrepreneur.com/blog. Come back often and add this show to your favorite RSS feed or subscribe in iTunes. You can also follow Terri on Twitter at MentorTerri and on Facebook.com/Heartrepreneur Terri Levine. And now here's Terri.
Welcome, it's Terri Levine here at Heartrepreneur Radio, Heartrepreneur TV. We want to thank you always for being part of our Heartrepreneur family, our community, for tuning in. We also have Heartrepreneur Magazine. We have heartrepreneur.com/blog. We just love to share content and information and to share experts in business and life, in management, and that's what we're here to do. So today I just want you to take a moment and really think about how present you are in your own personal heart-to-heart connections. Are you doing your very best to make a difference in business and life and to really connect? So today we are going to connect, and this is so much fun for me. I have known the gentleman that I have on my show through social media for many, many, many years. And we never had the opportunity of having a live conversation and even seeing each other live. We've supported each other through books and shared many things in common. And today I have the honor and the privilege of interviewing him. His name is Professor M.S. Rao. He has a Ph.D. and he is the father of soft leadership, which is something we're going to focus on today. He is also the founder of MSR Leadership Consultants, and he is with us today all the way from India, which is super exciting. He is an international leadership guru, and I do mean guru. I usually don't call people gurus unless they are. He is. He has 39 years of experience, and wait till you hear this. He beats me. I'm the author of 45 books, and I thought, well, that's a big deal. Nah, he's the author of 48 books, and they keep coming, and they're amazing. One of the books I really recommend right now is See the Light in You. We'll talk about that today. He's a C-suite advisor, and he is definitely a sought-after keynote speaker. Globally, he is someone that I really want you to meet and that I am thrilled to finally have the honor and privilege of being with. If you have any challenges in your business and you want some business advice and help, we're here to do a customized blueprint to help you overcome your biggest business challenge. Send an email right now to Terri, Terri, at Terri Levine, Levine, and we will tell you how to get your customized business blueprint. We are truly here to help you. Professor Rao, welcome. So happy to have you.
Thank you, Terri. It's a great honor to be on your show today.
Thank you. So first, how did you get into what you're currently doing? What led you here?
I was born in a toxic family and a poor family in India. At the age of 18, I joined Indian Air Force because I had passion for serving my country and passion for wearing military uniform. So I joined Indian Air Force when I was 18 to 19 years of age. Then after I joined Indian Air Force, I developed a positive attitude. I started growing as a leader, and I developed more interest in leadership because the defense life is very disciplined, dedicated. So I lived in that environment for many years, and I was very much passionate about education right from my childhood, but my parents were not in a position to provide me education. So when I joined the Indian Air Force, I was not even a graduate. So after I joined the Indian Air Force, I completed my graduation. Then I have done masters in arts. Then I acquired a couple of qualifications like PGTCLL, PGDBM. Then I also acquired MBA, Master of Business Administration. Then I acquired diploma in aeronautical mechanical engineering from the Indian Air Force. So likewise, I acquired many qualifications. I sacrificed my leave and dedicated my time to acquire qualifications because I was very eager to acquire qualifications. I was passionate about learning things since my childhood. So I acquired qualification. Then I did my business for some years in India. Later on, it didn't work out. Then I became a faculty member in an educational institution. Then I joined for my PhD in soft skills in the year 2007. So by 2011, I got my PhD in soft skills. So after I became a faculty member, after I acquired my PhD, I became a professor. Then I started writing books from the year 2010, and I started writing so many books, and now I have written 60 books, and 48 have been published. And I'm very glad to tell everyone that you have written foreword for one of my books. Really, I'm grateful to you because at that time nobody was coming forward to write me foreword for my book because I was not known to anybody. I didn't have any credibility. So at that time, you gave me a support. You gave me a huge support with your kind heart, and you wrote a foreword for my book, and that book is also very good. So likewise, then gradually many people came, like Marshall Goldsmith wrote foreword, Dave Aldrich wrote forward. Then the Vice President of India, Mr. M. Venkaiah Naidu, has written a forward. His Holiness Dalai Lama has written a forward. Likewise, many eminent people came forward to write forwards. But all the success, there are some people who helped me to become successful. You are one of those people who helped me for my success. And let me tell you, behind the success of every person, there is someone who laid the ladder for his success.
Yeah.
So you are one of the coaches who laid the ladder for my success indirectly.
Is your business struggling? You want more leads, you want to convert leads more easily, you want more revenues, more profits. Whatever your biggest business challenge is, we're here to help you. We have a proprietary proven process that's guaranteed here at Heartrepreneur to help you increase your revenues and profits. And we have the ability to help you overcome your biggest business challenge. Simply send us an email to Terri, T-E-R-R-I, at Terri Levine, Levine.com, and we will show you how we can help you overcome your biggest business problem by doing a customized blueprint just for you. Whatever your problem or challenge is, stop struggling, stop the frustration. Let us help you so that you can have more money, more freedom, and more free time in your business. Do it now. Send the email now.
First, I want to say, it's an interesting journey of how we get to where we are. I'm always fascinated by how people get to where they are. And you just blew me away with something. I didn't realize it was, time goes by quickly, that it was 2010 that you really started in the book industry. So, the amount of books that you have, 48 books from 2000. I started in what, 2000, I think. So it's just amazing. And I want to say something for you to really hear from my heart. And I really want our viewers and our listeners to hear. I get asked to write forwards probably 4 times a month. And I typically don't because I don't want to put my kind of endorsement on a lot of the books that come across my desk. And I remember looking through your book and saying, this speaks to my heart and the kinds of work that I like to share in the world. The soft skills, which we're going to talk about, soft leadership, is so necessary in today's world. It partners with Heartrepreneur, and you write in such a great way where it's easy to digest, it's easy to understand, you get the takeaways and the key points, and a lot of books aren't like that. So I want you to first know that it was my honor and privilege to endorse and to write a forward. And second of all, I have read, I don't even know how many of your books, at least I think 8 or 10. now I think it's even more. It could be 12. And I don't always suggest to my audience to get every author's books. So it's very unusual for me to say each book that I have read has a specific and unique lesson. And so this is an author that you want to follow. You don't want to just read one book. Trust me, you're going to get hooked. You're going to say, what else does he have to say? Because as you listened and I listened to your background, you have so much experience. I mean, you truly are a guru in my view. And I said that in the beginning, I don't say that a lot. So I'd love to hear in your words, what is soft leadership?
Thank you very much. And let me add one more thing in this regard.
Sure.
You are not only one of the finest coaches in the world, and you have also connected me to eminent publishers globally.
Yes.
That is the second reason why I am able to publish more books. When I was struggling to publish some of my books, because I was not getting publishers, then I sent you an email. Then you connected me with a couple of publishers, and again, around 7 to 10 books are published. It's all because of you. No, I'm telling you very openly.
Thank you.
I'm grateful to you in this manner for writing a foreword. Secondly, for connecting me with the publishers who are very ethical and eminent across the world. This is true. Now, coming to the soft leadership, I earned my PhD in soft skills. I have done research for 4 years, from 2007 to 2011. And why I did PhD in soft skills? Because in India, many Indian students, when I served in the education institutions, they lack soft skills. They have very strong technical skills. Even if you look at this Microsoft CEO, this Satya Nadella, he is from India. Okay, he is from my place where I live. And if you look at Google CEO Sundar Pichai, both are technically sound. They are very strong in technical skills. Not only these two, many of the Indian, they have become CEOs for global organizations. They are very strong on hard skills. So I started focusing on soft skills because they have the technical mind, but most of the Indian students, they had a challenge in communicating. So that communication is an integral part of soft skills. So I did PhD in soft skills because I am passionate about students. I want to build 1 million students as global leaders. So I did my PhD in soft skills. Then I want to give sanctity to the domain of soft skills. So then what happened? I have written a couple of books and they are doing good. And then leadership is very close to my heart because I served in the Indian Air Force, that's Air Force. So I was so fascinated with my leadership. So I blended leadership with soft skills and coined soft leadership.
Beautiful.
And why I had to create this soft leadership was that when I delivered training programs for executives in various corporates around 10 years back, they were unhappy with the prevailing leadership styles like autocratic, then various charismatic, various transactional, like that. So many leadership styles were there. Then I thought there is a gap in the current world to explore a leadership which works out for the millennials especially. Then I coined soft leadership. Then I have asked Dave Aldrich, the father of modern HR, around 8-9 years back. Then he has written a foreword for the book on soft leadership, and he has created a soft leadership code for my concept. So he has given credibility to soft leadership. Then I was so much encouraged by Dave Aldrich, and I have written various research papers and published in the eminent journals like SAGE, Emerald journals, and Leader to Leader published my research paper. Then I have written so many books on soft leadership. Beautiful. And the soft leadership is all about leading people with soft skills and focusing on people skills without compromising task orientation. And soft leadership is more or less like partnership. That means there is nothing like boss and subordinate.
Mhm.
Usually, what I heard was that people don't leave organizations, they leave bad bosses, because the leadership style adopted by bad bosses was not acceptable to the people, especially the millennials. So
Mm.
I coined soft leadership, and it's doing good. I'm sure it will work out not only for organizations, for even various nations can adopt this soft leadership, so that all are equal in this. We are getting into a world where all are equal. We are all partners. There is nothing like leader and led. The mindset has changed globally with the advent of millennials. So
Let
I'm
me
sure it will
let me
definitely work.
let me interrupt you for 1 second to ask an important question here, because I really want the audience to understand. I love that you're using the word partnership, and this is so in line with Heartrepreneur. I think it's a very important question for the audience. What is the difference, in your words, between leadership and management?
There are some differences between management and leaders. Management is doing the things right, and leadership is doing the right things. So it was said by Peter Drucker or Warren Barris, I don't remember. So leadership is doing the right things. Management is doing the things right. So that is how the people have differentiated. So let me differentiate between managers and leaders.
Thank you.
Managers are missionaries. They know how to go. Okay. Whereas leaders are visionaries.
Mm.
They know where to go. Leaders are visionaries. They know where to go. Managers are missionaries.
Mm.
It is just like leaders are like directors, and managers are like actors. That means whatever the directors say, actors act. So managers think of survival, but leaders think far ahead of others. That's why they are known as leaders.
I love it. And in my view, when I wrote Stop Managing, Start Coaching, I really was talking in that book about, management is kind of, in my view, dead, because you can't manage, in my view, people. You can manage people's behaviors, but you cannot manage people. So I'm with you on, it is about leaders. It is about the soft skills. I do want to make sure that we cover, where can people get your books? And then I want to talk about See the Light in You. So first, where can people get your books, Professor?
My books are available on Amazon. So if they can Google my name as Professor M.S. Rao, they can find my Amazon link where all my books have been mentioned. So they can buy the books that I have written. I have two accounts. One is Amazon India and then Amazon.com. So my books are available both in India as well as Amazon.com, and even in other websites also. So mostly I focus on Amazon.com. If anybody wants to buy my books, they can Google my name, Professor M.S. Rao, and Amazon. They can find the link of all the books that I authored. They can purchase the books.
So tell me about See the Light in You. Tell the viewers and the listeners about that book, because that is one of your many, many, many books that's award-winning, and I really think that the folks tuning in here will really resonate with it.
This is See the Light in You. I have written books in various areas like students, then management, then coaching, leadership, then on executive education. Then for the last 3 to 4 years, I started thinking to write books on mindfulness. And then I started doing research. Why? Because of the growing technology, people are being lonely, they are getting anxiety, they are getting depression, and there is need for mindfulness across the world. Especially in the wake of COVID-19, there is more emphasis on mindfulness. So I started focusing on mindfulness. I wrote a book titled See the Light in You.
Beautiful. Let me speak to that as
So
well. Hang on one second.
yeah, this
I
book.
want the audience to just take this in and just like we'll pause and breathe for a moment. You may be thinking, well, what does that have to do with leadership? What does it have to do with entrepreneur? What does that have to do with marketing? What does that have to do with business? I always tell my client family members, everything starts with you being present and you being in the moment. So that for me is mindfulness. And it's so interesting when a new client family member comes to Heartrepreneur, they want to get more leads, they want to have more sales, they want to have more revenue and profits. And I say, I'm not going to give you those strategies and tactics yet. First, we're going to get you mindful and in the present moment. So I just want to say for the audience, this is totally aligned with the Heartrepreneur philosophy. Continue, Professor. Thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, what you said is right, which I was going to say. So mindfulness is all about living in the present. See, we can't get back the past. See, everyone has some stories. And let me add one more thing. I read your book, autobiography. Even I also want to write a book on my biography. So maybe after 3-4 years, I'll be writing my autobiography. So from that autobiography, what I have come to, everyone has hidden story. Everyone has challenges, right? So now again, coming back to this mindfulness is all about not bothering too much about the future because we don't know what happens. And we can't change the unpleasant past. So which I have learned from your biographical book, that is your autobiography book. Okay. So now we should better learn to live in the present. Okay, this mindfulness is all about living in the present without bothering about future unnecessarily and without thinking about the unpleasant past which can't be changed. Okay, this is mindfulness.
Yes.
Now coming to this mindfulness, I have given a message in every book. I give a message. In this book, what message I have given is health first, education second, wealth third. So these are the priorities I have given. That means we have to care for our health. Only if you are healthy, you'll be able to focus your energies on education. And once you have very good education, you can create wealth. So this is the slogan I have created from this book. Now, again, this book talks about various aspects of mindfulness, on how leaders have to be mindful, and how to overcome depression, how to overcome anxiety, how to stop suicides. Yes. So then how to tame our monkey mind, because our mind is sometimes monkey. See, even when I write something, my mind bombards with too many ideas at a time. I feel pressure. Which idea I have to take? Then what I do immediately, I take notes of the ideas that flood my mind and write down. Then again, I start focusing on my work, because our mind is like monkey. So what happens suddenly? We are bombarded with too many things and we don't know what to do it. So it talks about monkey mind. So it talks various aspects of mindfulness so that people can lead life happily. It talks about meditation. It talks about yoga, health, wealth, education. So many things it talks about.
For the audience, just a couple of things. So Dr. Rao, Professor Rao, he's both, he's everything, talked about my book, which is an autobiography about to break the path to true forgiveness. And interestingly enough, we're so similar. I talk a lot about the monkey mind in Turbocharge Your Business. And I want people to really understand, and just breathe this in, we cannot go back to the past, right? It's not possible to go back, right? And we don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 seconds, never mind the next 5 years. So if you want to live your life fully and really enjoy each moment, like for example, right here, hopefully you're not multitasking while you're watching us or listening to us. You're doing what we're doing. We're fully present in this moment. I'm not thinking about my next show, my next appointment, the last show, the last appointment. I am here fully with Professor Rao. I'm deeply tuning in, I'm listening, and I'm getting all the gifts from this interview. So because we only have another, about 1 minute and 30 seconds, I want to make sure, because you've given so much value, that people know also how to connect with you. So his books are on Amazon. And just trust me, when you Google his name, Professor M.S., you're going to find a ton of books, so much value. And where's the best place as we wrap up for people to connect with you and to find out more, Professor?
So again, the same story. What is that? If they have to Google my name as Professor M.S. Rao, they can find a lot of free articles, free knowledge I share with people across the world. I have a blog, Vision 2030, 1 billion global leaders. Then I have LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube channel I have where I upload videos regularly, and I promote the interviews which were interviewed by others through my video. So people can Google my name as Professor M.S. Rao. M means motivation, S means success, R-A-O. If they can Google, they can find me on the very first page. I have so many pages on Google.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And for the audience, as I conclude, his articles, his blog posts, his books, when I tell you they're valuable, every one of us, no matter what we do in life, needs leadership skills, even in your own personal life and in your family. And we all can learn and breathe in more mindfulness. So first, I want to say thank you. It has been a privilege and an honor to finally make a video connection with you. I'm so happy to have you here as a guest. And then for the audience, I want you to really think about what are the top 2 or 3 takeaways every time that you listen to, whether it be a podcast or you're watching the TV show, where you can really ask yourself so what do I do now? What do I do with this information? Certainly, I recommend that you Google the professor. I recommend that you definitely read a couple of his books. You'll be addicted. You'll want more. And here's the other piece. This show is not here to be shelf help. And what do I mean by shelf help? We listen, we watch, we read, and we go, oh, that was nice. And we put it behind us on the shelf. We're here to truly make a difference. A lot of people use the word transformation. We're really here, yes, to help you and to make that transformation. And that requires you not just to listen. It requires you to leave and say, what did I learn? What can I use? So I recommend that you watch or listen again. Read this. It's also a blog post at heartrepreneur.com, and really absorb the information. And then finally, the biggest thing that we've heard in a survey that we ran recently at Heartrepreneur is that so many businesses are having difficulty getting qualified prospects. And Professor Rao talked at the beginning about, I'm going to just sum up the word that I heard, which is connections. He and I connected. I joyfully wrote a foreword for his book. I connected him with a publisher. Everything is about connections. If you want more qualified prospects, I actually call it a conveyor belt. Every day at Heartrepreneur, we have an average of 9 people asking for our help, and that's what we're here to do. So if you want to learn how to do that, we put together for free a series of video trainings to teach you step-by-step how we do it. And that is over at theultimatebusinessgrowthsystem.com, theultimatebusinessgrowthsystem.com. So I want to thank you for tuning in today here at Heartrepreneur Radio and TV. And we will see you next time. Please share the show. If you happen to be watching or listening to the show on Apple, then please give us a 5-star rating and a review. That makes all the difference. We couldn't do the show without you. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time here at Heartrepreneur Radio and TV.
You've been listening to Heartrepreneur Radio, maximizing your personal and business results by leading with your heart with your host, Terri Levine. This show is produced every week for your enjoyment and education. To make sure you never miss a single show, add us to your favorite RSS feed or subscribe in iTunes. You can also read Terri's latest blog posts at www.heartrepreneur.com/blog, or follow Terri on Twitter at MentorTerri and on Facebook.com/Heartrepreneur Terri Levine. Your questions and comments are always welcome and appreciated. Send them to Terri on either Facebook or Twitter. Thank you for listening.